a poor performance. And I mean, that's been matched with Tycoon. This top side of the map is very strong. Because Kazban coming in for Wanna Fly high, Sincere Support stuck in the cage, but that's a great misfortune, ult raining hell across the team. Will trade 1-for-1 though, as Vayne does go down. Adararte claiming that kill, the 1-for-1 jungler for jungler.
And that, I understand what JC was trying to do with that ulti, but it wasn't the best ulti. Granted, yes, did try to give the armor to the J4 before you're going down and trying to save him, poor fan, but it was just to no avail.
Yeah, I just wasn't able to get that ult across the team, and kind of an unlucky situation there. But I think a big thing to look at here too is the fact that now that we are closing in on 2 Anivia, Ethan is able to just park that ult on top of waves and watch them melt.
Man, this is still a close game. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, especially Shurima, because again, this is the kind of lead where if you are able to take 2 team fights in a row, that's how you cement your actual full lead. And you have a Vayne. Once that Rage Blade is completed, even if you live out of a team fight with just the Cho'Gath and the Vayne, you can absolutely take that Baron with just the Vayne's damage.
Yeah, for sure. Again, Vayne still 7-0. Still can carry this game. Can still be the hyper carry that team CH Shurima needs.
But I think a big thing here is, really where these teams are going to try and choose to fight. Right?
Yeah,
Team sure. Ishtar does want these chokes instead of the misfortune, instead of the Ornn. And it's going to be a big part of these fights how they find those corridors and those avenues. Now, 2 Infernal Drakes, that's a pretty hefty bonus to damage here for this squad. And looking to melt through these health bars, certainly going to be welcome. Also, looking up top, Mordekaiser has reached that 2-item breakpoint with Leander. Yep. So he's going to be shredding through the health bars of those front lines. If he's put in the side lane versus, say, the Cho'Gath.
And it's crazy. It's crazy too, because even then, I still feel like the Mordekaiser, even though like Vayne is 7-0, I feel like even then, if Mordekaiser comes in with a good ulti and kills the Vayne, it's just over.
But it's worth mentioning that Adararte has paid the QSS tax this game. If Mordekaiser pops the Death Realm onto her, doesn't necessarily mean anything. And JC, if you're the Mordekaiser, okay. Now there you go. Force that out there. Tygoon wants to take that fight versus the Galio, because you just smash that 1v1 like nobody's business. Yeah, both solo laners do have that teleport available. Tygoon again wants to continue aggressing down here. Like you want to make sure that you are in a situation where Adararte is not coming after Mordekaiser. Adararte is really the only one who can super put threat on this Mordekaiser in a 1 versus 2 situation. Mid lane tower under threat. Anivia in the neighborhood. Not going to opt for the play. Definitely ran very tanky already with 2 items on board. Mordekaiser looking for this continued push in the bot lane, but no tower there means that no bonus score for this team drummed up by his continued presence.
Yeah, this guy, this Mordekaiser is now playing a little bit of a risky game. You're by yourself.
He is here. Has the Death Realm available. Oh, wow. Look at that burn damage. Galio coming on through here. That's the Death Realm on in, pulling JC. It's a lot of damage and a lot of healing. Pulls up the shields. For the CC, another obliterate. The Ornn Horn is through. Will take that kill. Forces the flash, and that's a big deal to be able to take that solo. Actually a sizable mistake by Tygoon there. Not flashing out of the CC.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big yikes. If he lives there, you might get the 1 versus 2. Ugh.
Yeah, a little bit, again, a little bit too bold on that, pushing it on ahead. I get it. We understand. You're Mordekaiser. You can fight anyone in the world, but at the same time, you can't just get too overconfident. Remember, you have a team.
Yeah. Oh, that being said, though, Ornn getting closer and closer to getting those upgraded items, right? So,
sure.
I think it's, again, Mordekaiser are also getting close to the Zanya's Hourglass, which will be able to mitigate some of the CC and the burst. He was very close to 1 versus 2 there. I think if he lands some more damage, doesn't cancel any auto attacks, and really looks to get that Conqueror healing in, I think that's going to end up making the difference. But Still
100.
not quite at that huge break point yet.
100% too. Just again, Mordekaiser with the Conqueror, and just having the Leandry realize it's just you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, Rylai or Landry's is a absurd amount of damage as they do start this Baron up. Mordecai tries to teleport, as does Cho'Gath and JC. Teleport is channeled. Ethan, you went the wrong way, Chief. You need to play that one safely. Cho'Gath is going to go over the wall there. They don't have vision, and Mordekaiser, that's a free teleport taken there just to stop the Baron. That's not ideal, but they do look to start up this objective themselves.
Very bold.
Cleared out. Mordekaiser is here. Teleport channeled from the Mord. Ornn ult coming on through, not stopped in time by the Braum. Looking for the bullet time. Is channeled across the team, but Galio into the backline. Adorarde now legendary. Tycoon looking for definitely Rin. Shredding that Cho'Gath on down Adorarde in the front line, but gets CC down and dies. That's a huge pickup. Really questionable aggression there for Adorarde, and it's only Uretti who's the last man standing. And with 4 on this Baron, they look to take.
It's crazy too because the one that got the bounty from Vayne was the MF.
Oh no!
It was the MF getting the double kill and literally getting the Vayne bounty. It's doomed.
That looked so good, and all it comes down to is Adorarde misplaying on the Vayne, diving way too deep in the back line, has all summoners and the QSS available, didn't pop any of that, gets obliterated by the CC chain, and ends up handing the Baron off to a team that is very much in position to take advantage of it.
It's also crazy too because what's it called? The MF played out very well as well because as Galio was leaving, he decided to hit his Q against the Braum and it bounced off to Galio getting the kill.
Oh wow. Goodness gracious. A great Anivia wall to hold back the attempt there. No tells him over the Mordekaiser yet. Tycoon in the front line here taking a ton of damage from the Vayne, getting absolutely shredded down. Flashes for nothing. This could be the fight. The Vayne wants a misfortune ult across the team. Adorarde getting so much damage on in there. And there's the Cataclysm coming through for the J4. Immediately obliterated for the double kill. Adorarde with the CC is there. JC trying to make it work and will find it. Goes on in a quadra for the Vayne.
Is this it? Is this it? Is this the first penta of the game?
And a pentakill for Adorarde, all flying into his pockets. 13 1-1, keeping the dream alive for Shurima.
Adorarde just saying, nah, I messed up that Baron fight. My bad. Let me show you how it's done. And just decimated. Played very well, spacing out everything during that dragon fight. And just showed you how to play a Vayne.
I think the big thing there too is it sucks they didn't have the summoners used on the Baron, but they were put to great effect at that dragon. And a big thing to look at as well, Tygoon did not have the Death Realm up for that. And that is such a major cooldown for the Mordekaiser. Ended up getting obliterated by the Vayne before anything could happen. And that's a crucial mistake, especially popping the flash only to die to that final auto attack. That's real rough, and Adorarde is in danger of carrying this game single-handedly.
Granted, yes, that was a great fight and everything, but for some reason, Shurima is still 2k gold down.
I mean, that's just the power of the CS, it's the power of taking the Baron.
Of course.
But you have to think, who's the gold on? The answer is Vayne. All that money is on Vayne, who is now only 1,000 above the Misfortune, but Misfortune isn't positioned to carry a fight like Vayne is right now.
No, of course not.
Adorarde, no flash, no heal, only the Mercurial Scimitar as that defensive option, right? So if the Vayne does get locked down, does eat that CC, especially the 2 in a row, could spell curtains for Shurima. Adorarde playing on the knife's edge.
Adorarde is a Superman now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also mentioning the fact that one more dragon for the side of Shurima gives them soul on this one, and we're looking at probably the first game of the series where Ishtar is not positioned to just take any fight they like. They really have to be choosy about how they want to take these fights, push and pull around the map to try to make things happen. And I think a big key component of this is how Tygoon is looking to play these fights. He can't just wander in willy-nilly. He's not enormously fed like he has been in the previous games, he's gotta pick his battles carefully.
And it's scary how close these games are getting now. Like, it's crazy because everybody here has been thinking, oh, Ishtar is going to be able to get a 3-0. They've been playing super smart for the past 2 games, but it showed, and like you would legitimately think that team CA Shurima's mentality would have gone down to train and just like be like, oh, whatever, we're gonna lose this. But no, they have that fighting spirit, bringing it back, having that Vayne carry. It's scary what one person can do for a whole team.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is literally Adarade versus the world. The thing that is concerning, though, is that as some of these members from the side of Team Ishtar scale up, because really the only major scaling threat on this team is Adarade, and you're up against Tygoon's Mordekaiser, you've got an Ornn who's getting those ornaments online. Misfortune does do damage, but has to be positioned a little bit more carefully for that to happen. There's enough CC flying around that if Adarade does get hit with, say, a knockup or the 2-layered CCs after the QSS goes off, he's in prime time for a blasting, right? Heal's almost up, options defensively for the Vaynes, so I'm very surprised we didn't see some more aggression trying to punish that cooldown.
I guess it's just that fear of of losing, either losing the fight or just of the fear of just maybe something else is gonna happen. It's just it's the doubtness that comes through a lot of fights, and thinking that maybe saving your spells or saving some summoners is better than wasting it now.
Double lift, is that you?
Yeah. Who needs a heal? Only you.
Oh, a nice catch on out to you, ready. Drop down into a sliver. First of all, the Gargoyle Stone Plate, but not enough damage to burn him out all the way.
Greediness.
Man, I feel like if they had maybe popped the flash over the wall and tried to force onto that play, you get even more from that. But Cho got pulled back out of the blast cone. Well, there was a chase that was going to happen there. Rip.
Questionable, but
teleport channeled from JC coming back in on the Galio. Oh, okay.
Oh, whoa.
It's fine, dude. We have appointments too.
Deja vu.
I've been here at this place before. Speaking of zooming on in there, Righteous Glory pop by Definitely Ren. They're going to look to try to take this dragon fight. Nice wall on out to stop the Braum. That's the go button coming on through. Tygoon pulling one of the death realm. They're looking for this target. They find that damage, but it's absolutely Adarade smashing, absolutely dynamiting those players in the backline. Health bar's taking down to just a sliver. Misfortune does not have that. Oh, that's JC getting a taunt on through, but Adarade finds a Misfortune, tries to flash, tries to make it work for the winner's fight, ends up with triple kill. Now looking for Roberto. There's the tumble on in for Adarade, a huge stun, and another quadra kill coming through for the Vayne. 17-1-1. His team's hopes and dreams alive.
Jesus Christ. Adarade carrying the CA Shurima flag and pushing towards enemy lines, not giving a damn, saying, don't worry, team, I got you. This is the chance. We're going to bring it back.
Here comes the Vayne train. Adarade, 17-1-1, approaching that full build mark, is absolutely going off this game. No prisoners for the AD carry of Shurima. And this game looked like a lost cause from draft, but it comes down to that early mistake of giving Adarade the triple, and he has taken that golden run with it. Second Baron of the game, easily secured. Fire Dragon Soul easily secured, and perhaps a win soon to be secured as well for the side of Shurima.
Where's the Confessor stand? I need to buy I Love Adarade t-shirts. Literally carrying this game. We're gonna call him the ace of CA Shurima. They're in this game.
I mean, this is just a Vayne clinic, right? Still has the flash. Still has Mercurial Scimitar. Now with a complete... Adarade has hit critical mass on this Vayne build. It would take a miracle or a major misplay for him to get locked on down now. And we talked about this earlier in the set, but momentum is such a huge deal. If this is Shurima taking home the win here, it makes it that much easier to bounce back and bring us to a potential Game 5 series.
It's just that it's like I said, the mentality of Team CA Shurima is just unwavering.
Yeah.
It's just unwavering. Just the amount of trust they have against each other.
But you look at the gold difference, right? It's still 400 gold in the lead.
But the thing, it's no longer 2,000.
Right, and not for long. And I mean, all of this money on Adararde. Now, if there is a world where Adararde can be killed and they focus everything onto the Vayne, this may be the engagement Tycoon coming on through. A bit of damage there. Shoutca already dropped down to half health, taking quite a bit of punishment.
And just look at it now. See, Shurima's above gold.
Yeah. They finally have a gold lead. Wow. Again, like, public enemy number 1 is Adararde. You need to, if you dump everything to kill him, you probably win the fight afterwards. He's the only major damage source on this team, and I'm very curious to see. Ishtar has the focus, has the ability to dive in onto that backline and find that Vayne.
It's crazy how much, like, literally, if I was the AD carrier right now, if I was Adararde, I would be just playing my mind off. The amount of focus, determination. If there was an earthquake or a house fire happening right now, I wouldn't have cared.
He is weak. Hands are sweaty. Oh, there's the hook landing onto Wanna Fly High there, but countered onto the Tycoon. And I mean, this is the pressure point, right? If there is a mistake to be made here, it could be absolutely fatal for Shurima, but they have control. They're slow rolling it. Elder Dragon on the horizon, only about 2.5 minutes away. They're looking to kind of get some map pressure here, but they haven't cracked an inhibitor, and they've burned off the entirety of Baron, which is a load off of Ishtar's mind. Gold lead still ever so slightly in the favor of Shurima here, but I have to wonder, if an Elder Dragon does occur, right? This is just such a dicey game. And I mean, this Mordekaiser pick was so clever into the top lane, but Tygoon just has not had the kind of impact that he needs this game. And a lot of it comes from the fact that Adararde is just enormous.
Yeah. What's going to be scary here right now is the fact that, like, you know, Riot decided to add the Elder Drake just to, you know, turn the tides. It's do or die. Like, who cares about the Baron when the Elder Drake is there?
Literally, what's tough about this Elder Dragon too is that you have Smite and Shogath Feast to secure that, right?
Yeah.
So gonna have to be real careful around that one. And Elder Dragon, over a minute now, gonna be the next major objective to contest around Adararde. All summoners, all abilities, full build on this Vayne, but matched by the Misfortune, who's gonna be looking for that optimized bullet time and want some eagle eyes for the CC train, looking to stop that ability coming through. So nearly 40 minutes on the clock in this game number 3. Neither team budging from their position, but JC taking a cheeky tower here top lane and nobody there to match. Pretty surprising, all things considered. That was just a free picker from the Gallios push. Has that teleport, and for now it's Ishtar finally on the back foot, just getting pulled across the map from the power provided. This Vayne's very presence.
This game is just making my hands sweaty.
Getting closer and closer to the Elder Drake timer now. 20 seconds from coming on live. Look at that damage onto the Shogath. He's getting absolutely burned on down there. Just not enough to actually take the kill. Tycoon in the top lane, though, looking for JC. Pulls him into the Death Realm. There's a major cooldown to expend so early. Tycoon doing a lot of damage there. JC gets pulled on back. That's a huge solo kill. This is the teleport coming through for the Mordekaiser. Vayne is here. They may try to take the 4 versus 5. Cho'Gath has returned, bringing it teleport, a great wall, pulling him on back in, but that's flaming on the front lines. But no death roam for Tygoon, forced to pop the Zhonya's. Rin is down. A Cradle for the Misfortune is going to shred down your ready, but there is the Flag of Dragon. Make it work. So much tankiness. He will fall. Adarade is the only man to try to make it work. You're ready. Very, very low. But it's up 2 versus 4. Adarade still has the summoners, but no ultimate available. They're going to try to make this work. But what a huge wall coming through for the Anivia. Winners bite over the wall, and there's no way they can take it. A blue team dragon take. It's going to be Ishtar finally pulling back into it.
Oh no, just getting caught out by the Mordekaiser, getting the TP down.
Oh, and straight to the Baron. Oh, goodness. Adarade close to that ult again, but still 4 members of this team up. No smite to secure, but want to fly high, not available. And look at this Baron getting shredded, already falling into the pockets of Ishtar, and they've assembled Exodia. Both top-level buffs, Voperdo respawning. That was the fight that they needed. And now ball back in the courts of Ishtar.
Again, a great pick coming from Tygoon. Just trying to again, just like how Adarade is trying to prove his team. Same thing coming from Tygoon, trying to say, guys, I know I messed up. I know I did it, but let me prove to y'all. Let me show you guys that I am the top laner.
And I mean, if you saw how big those health bars were, but how fast they were burned down of force from Ishtar, they need to be careful. They need to be smart about their placement, about where they're going in. This mid lane inhibitor doubtlessly will fall. The wall from Anivia, a key cooldown. Watch out for it. Death Realm backup from Mordekaiser. All ults available from both teams. They take the inhib. They're looking to push deeper into the base, but the call is to go back towards top, play it safe, play it slow, get the towers, get the inhibs, use your push pressure and your macro to get what you need here. Reinforcing wave is a double coming through. An easy take on this inner tower. And the last line of defense on this top level inhibitor plans on to only 1, but the cooldown not that long at all. Any attempt to the backline will need to be massive, but that inhibitor tower falling. Second inhib not too far off. They're playing this so slow, so smart.
Oh no!
Picked off. That's huge going down already, but Adarade focused down by Voperdo. They're looking for this front line. Galio tries to get the ult on him, but that's everyone but the Vayne. Adarade looks for the back line. The Guardian QSS a moment too late, and just like that, Team Ishtar takes the ace, takes the comeback, and heads to grand finals.
Oh man.
Wow, what a showing from Ishtar. I thought for certain that Adarade on the Vayne, but it simply was not to be. Team Ishtar taking it 3-0.
That was an amazing game. An amazing showing from both CA Shurima and Team Ishtar. Literally, this could have been the finals. This could have been the finals, and I would have been like...
Yeah, that last game was edge of your seat. But when it came down to the wire, it was Team Ishtar who had the stuff to make it happen.
Look,
and
I don't care what anyone says. Even though Team Ishtar won that, Adarade is the MVP of that game.
Adarade played out of his mind that game, but there was just simply not enough from the rest of the squad to make it work. Kind of a dearth of damage coming through from the top side, and performance for Adarade across every game of this series. Team Ishtar working as a unit ends up showing the power of that 5-man stack.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. For sure. I mean, just, and a good series overall. And I think that if you're on the other side of the bracket playing in the other semifinal, you have to look at this game and say, what do we do about Team Ishtar in our games tomorrow? Right?
It's crazy too, because like no one would have thought like CA Shurima would have been would have done this well, but literally that was scary how CA Shurima just didn't back down They got beat
Yeah.
to the ground, got back up, threw a left hook, got hit again, went back down, didn't care, just threw themselves up
Mhm.
and kept fighting. Just kept fighting and did not care. Their resolve
Absolutely.
to win was just impeccable.
And I think you have to look at that from the perspective of playing as a one-man squad versus the team. And there were just, I feel like across each of these games, the thing that really ended up cementing the win for Ishtar was their draft. And I think that any team that wants to contest them needs to look there first. Like, what champions are we picking? How do we want to win this game? How do we get there? And those are all things that you must have figured out if you want a shot against Ishtar, who is just, they looked like when you see a game like this, so many other teams would have lost there to the Vayne, but not Ishtar, and that's what you got to look out for.
Very, very true. That was such an intense game, such an intense series. I'm glad Shurima was able to come here and play today. The original team that was supposed to play today was Whiskey Rivers, but they were not able to field a lineup for today. Their captain let us know earlier today that he was not able to make it, and neither were many people of his team. So we kind of like last second told Shurima, "Hey, there's this playoff spot if you want it." I know that you didn't make it last week because last week we said how whenever they lost that game, since they were tied with Whiskey Rivers won the game over them, so then Whiskey Rivers would be able to play. But yeah, today we were able to see, and I'm glad that they came and they were able to show up last second and they put together their roster and they played a really great series. Of course, Ishtar is just super dominating. So, they continued their undefeated streak, but that was such a good thing. We got some great clips there. That Vayne pentakill, that last fight, everything was fantastic there. Thank you so much for Applejacks and Gas Pump coming through with some amazing casting today. Honestly, so hyped. The clips from today are stellar. Love it. And we had the giveaway today for $25 of RP. We'll do that again tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tomorrow starting at 6 p.m. EST. We do have the matchup between the C2 and C3. That'll be Team Mental versus Active Rush. That'll also be a very great one there. We'll see some, I'm sure, some spicy gameplay tomorrow. And yeah, I was gonna just want to pop in here and say a few of those things, and we're gonna give a host over to Maria is streaming right now. She's live. We got to give a host over to our Maria, head staff member of the BTL, council member, captain of Maria's Dungeon for 2 seasons, and captain. We all know Maria, long time. Got to give Maria the support. So, gonna go ahead and throw the host over to her. Be sure to say hi and stuff and interact with her. She's super nice. So, yeah, thank you so much for coming through, guys, with the casting. That was fantastic.
No problem.